A deadly bus
bringing
crash.
this information straight from the source.
Deadly shooting in the northeast.
An El Paso police officer pointing a gun at a group of kids.
The man accused of killing 2 teens in 1993. The latest on air and online at KVIA.com.
Live, where news comes first. This is ABC 7 with breaking news.
We begin with complete coverage this morning of a major traffic alert.
That's right. I-10 still completely closed down after that fiery crash that happened Thursday.
Traffic tracker JC Navarrete has ways to get around it this morning. And good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live on the scene. She's going to tell us first off what happened in the crash and just show us what's going on right now. Denise.
Good morning, Stephanie. We'll take a look behind.
Good morning, El Paso.
The people united will never be divided.
As protests continue across the country and here in the El Paso area, President Trump and top administration officials remain unapologetic as they defend the controversial zero-tolerance immigration policies enacted by President Trump at the border. A very good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez.
We have been on top of breaking news all morning long. A ferocious blaze engulfing a West El Paso home, and it has turned deadly. Here's a map. It broke out on the 700 block of Villa Flores. That's right off of Belvedere. And here is the active scene live right now. Fire Battalion Chief Carlos Franco told our photographer that one person is confirmed dead and that there were reports of up to 4 people in the house at the time, but they have not been found. There was also a dog in the backyard, which is said to be okay. Now, the fire broke out just after 4:30 this morning. And take a look at all the damage that has been done. Just a major fire. You can see the air conditioner, in fact, there at the entrance to the home that fell through the roof when the roof collapsed. Now, we've been on the scene for hours this morning. And we also have some video that we shot earlier when you could see those flames scorching the home. Franco says at one point they did reach 30 feet high.
Good morning, El Paso's kickstarting complete coverage of the president's visit to the borderland.
That's right. Denise Olivas is standing by live outside the El Paso County Coliseum where the president is speaking tonight.
Nicole Gomez is tracking an ABC 7 first alert that may impact those visitors.
And you can expect traffic tie-ups from the afternoon through the evening, and JC Navarrete is here to look into that, tracking traffic.
But we begin with Denise, who is live with what you can expect from the historic presidential visit. Good morning, Denise.
Well, El Paso got word the president was coming to the borderland last Wednesday. ABC 7 caught up with Trump supporters and opposers ahead of the rally.
El Paso is kind of like his shining star for support because in this area, after they got a wall built, it lowered the crime significantly.
El Paso Mayor Dee Margo, before a national audience on CNN, said that's incorrect.
Before the fence went up, we were one of the safest cities. After the fence went up, we remained one of the safest cities.
And political experts believe many of the Trump supporters filling the Coliseum today won't be from El Paso, but will travel from other parts of the country even. And that's going to reportedly shed a divided light on the Sun City.
So I think even though the rhetoric is going to play out as being extremely divisive, I don't think that divisiveness is natural nor native to El Paso. It's something that's going to be placed upon us.
Catch the latest at KVIA.com. There will be live streaming Trump and O'Rourke's rallies. You can also download our KVIA News app. We'll be sending alerts to your phone, keeping you up to the minute.
He joins us live now with his takeaways from Beto O'Rourke's speech.
Well, the crowd behind me here in downtown El Paso is starting to dissipate. Everyone is starting to take off, but Beto O'Rourke spoke here for just over 30 minutes.
A deadly bus crash actually brought on new life.
We're telling you about an amazing outcome from that head-on crash in New Mexico.
Time's up, and this is the best way that we can do that.
If you Google walkouts, you'll find images of walkouts at Google, what the employees are protesting at the company around the world. Right now, we continue what's being called a cross-country crime spree.
The man accused of a deadly triple Thanksgiving shooting in El Paso was wanted for a number of other incidents in several states.
Now, the suspect, Jason Gibson, pictured here, we've mapped everything out for you to give you the full effect. The investigation in El Paso began last week with the Northeast shooting of a family. Gibson, the accused gunman.
And then we learned he was allegedly involved in a kidnapping just hours before in Las Cruces. U.S. Marshals arrested Gibson in Daytona Beach, Florida earlier this week.
And after that, we learned Gibson was wanted on a homicide charge in California. Additionally, Gibson had an extensive criminal history in the state of Arizona, so you can see just how many states were looking for him.
And back home, as we reported, Gibson is accused of the shootings that killed 58-year-old Juan Salas and left his wife and son in critical condition. According to reports, Gibson stole the family's car, drove all the way to downtown Daytona Daytona Beach, Florida, where a license plate reader was able to tip off police that he was in the area.
And police in Daytona did catch Gibson around Wednesday afternoon after a violent confrontation. And this body cam video, courtesy of the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, it shows deputies attempting to block Gibson before he speeds off, crashing into a couple of sheriff's vehicles.
And he was later arrested and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, auto theft, and for being a fugitive from justice. Meanwhile, ABC7 went back to Northeast El Paso, where biohazard bins and crime scene tape remain, to see how neighbors are reacting to these recent developments.
It's kind of scary because it's only 3 houses down from me. And I had my grandkids riding their bikes here.
It's pretty much put us on our toes. We're a little bit more going in depth on checking our houses, checking our doors, watching around for who's around now.
El Paso police said on Thanksgiving night that the public was in no immediate danger and that they had a suspect. But after the details of Gibson's arrest were released, some neighbors think police gave them a false sense of security.
So we asked El Paso police for the reasoning behind that initial statement. A spokesman said the preliminary investigation revealed that Gibson had left the area, so police put a national alert on him.
And he said they did not want to reveal that to the public for fear that it could compromise their investigation.
Breaking news, the fire is out at the Notre Dame Cathedral in France, but not after devastating the centuries-old church, one of the most iconic buildings in the world. I want to give you a live shot now at the church this morning. You could see dozens out there gathered, taking a look at what's left.